Hello, hello, my lovely gems. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Gems, you guys had the King in the fault line, the prayer in the bridge. I mean, the King is like a decision. The fault line is just cracked foundation. It's just kind of that idea of like one thing after another, after another, after another, after another, you know, where it's like you can't build on a faulty foundation. And so I think that you're making a decision to go in another direction that just feels a lot more suited to you and what it is that you are seeking to create, however that plays out for you. Gems. Okay. The Sun, yay. The Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Ace of Swords, and the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Well, again, you guys are, you know, like you're leaving, you're going in a new direction, you're going towards something that's going to be like so much more fulfilling to you. And I think that there's a new truth that you're stepping into, but I feel like you're stepping into a new truth just like with an elevated sense of awareness. I know I can be harsh on my gems, and I love y'all so much, like really and truly. I feel like I always have a Gemini in my life. But you're brilliant. You know what I mean? You're creative, you're fun. Like you're like Geminis are just, they're just like fun to be around, you know? Like I love gems, but I feel like you are just so heady. And you're always here, and we live in a society that doesn't really value like emotional attributes, and emotional intelligence isn't something that people really put a lot of thought or emphasis on in general. So, you know, you just like, you've got a leg up in being ahead of everybody logically, but sometimes you're catching up in other areas. And I think that like there is a truth in that. And that truth is enabling you to really, I think, progress forward in the direction that you're wanting to, because when you have a healed gem, like if you're dealing with it like a healed gem, that's, to me, that reads as like there's just like nothing that they can't do. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like teaching AI something, you know what I mean? And then AI goes and it does all these things that you never would have thought of. That's what like the Gemini mind is, to like, in my mind, when it's unleashed and it's healed and it's not caught in the ego. And I feel like that's the direction that you're going. And I love that. Okay, gems. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. Hope everyone's doing well, having a lovely week, all that jazz. Sorry I'm a day late. I was just like busy. Okay. So we have the Four of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Temperance, and Strength. Well, I mean, again, just this idea of like making a decision that really cuts away with any confusion, because I feel like that confusion was coming from this, I want to say, ego-driven foundation. But when you take the time to balance that out with a sense of like emotional intelligence, emotional awareness, you know, like recognizing like what your triggers are and why those are your triggers, and how you can do your best to, if not avoid them entirely, maneuver them gracefully. Do you know what I mean? And it's just kind of, I feel like that it feels like it's taking a lot of strength to do that. And yet I think that in doing it, you are opening up doors for yourself. I mean, you've got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords. There's a newness to this that's coming on like the edge of a decision that you're making. Okay. Gems. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. we have the World, the Knave of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Pentacles. Well, I mean, I want to just put the world with like whatever this is that you're leaving behind, whatever this cycle is that you're stepping out of, whatever this situation is that you're, you know, like dealing with. I just kind of feel like there is an idea here of having worked on yourself, being aware, you know, being conscious, again, with that emotional intelligence. I feel like there is that balance of, where'd it go? You know, like spiritual and mental and emotional awareness. Because if you're stuck in one thing, you throw yourself out of balance and everything else around you in turn, you know. And it's so important to develop that skill. And I feel like you've been developing that skill and you're ready to put it to use. I don't know. I mean, some of you guys could be getting a new job. You're like switching gears entirely. The temple and the gem. Well, I mean, this feels like the idea of like, what is it that, like, what do you worship? Like, what do you value? But I feel like that's kind of the question that you're answering, right? It's that like, well, I was saying that I valued one thing and loyalty, right? Yeah. That's been in your reads for a while. Is like, I've just really been, you know, like honoring one thing and disregarding everything else and not recognizing that, you know, like while loyalty is an honorable attribute, it's not an attribute that is always deemed honorable if it's out of balance. And I think that you're recognizing that like what it is that you've been honoring has been very out of balance. And I think that that feels like what is changing here. I fucking love it, gems. I hope that it resonates with y'all. If it does, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.